Okay, folks, welcome to my channel, Ball Cap Casey. Welcome to my channel. And this video, guys, this first part of the video, I'm gonna have two parts because this video is so long, I thought I'd cut it up for y'all. This first part, I'm gonna talk about my experience here at the Gospel Rescue Mission. I've been here for 2.5 months and they've helped me out, and I just wanna share again my experience in this video. So if that's something that you like, watch this video. Gospel Rescue Mission here in Tucson, Arizona. Show you the outside of the facility. The second part of the video, I'll show you guys a lot of the inside. All right, you guys want to see my experience? I'm going to talk about it here in this video at the Gospel Rescue Mission. Watch this video. Well, hello folks, welcome to my channel, Ball Cap Casey. So let's just get right to it, folks. Gospel Rescue Mission. This is my experience staying at the place. So, arrived in Tucson, needed a place, didn't have a car. I think I had like $100 on me. No job. So let's look online. Where's some shelters I could stay with some options? And I seen Gospel Rescue Mission, and then I clicked on it, looked at some of the pictures and read some of the reviews, and I emailed the place, and I got an email back like an hour later. I was shocked. Like, wow, okay. So yeah, the check-in is Monday through Thursday there at like 5 or 6 a.m. But she said, be there a couple hours early. And I was just surprised I got emails. All right, so I stayed the night, actually. I stayed at the airport, slept there overnight. And then I walked early in the morning from the airport. I started like at 3 in the morning. And I think it took me about an hour to get to the shelter from the airport. So I got there like 4 o'clock, right? 3 plus 1 hour is 4. Hey, I'm doing pretty good still. I still got some brains in my head. And upon arriving there, there's already like 8 or 9 people in line. So I remember on the email, she said, get there early. You know, we're only accepting 10 people a day. It's like, oh, I'll make sure I get there way early. But I got there, like I said, 4 o'clock. There was already 9, 10 people. I think I counted. I was the 10th one. And I was standing in line there. It was dark. This was the end of March. It was a little chilly, actually, too. I'm glad I still had my little lightweight jacket. Standing there for a few minutes, and I remember, I didn't write anything down, guys, in outline, so I'm going to probably forget a lot of stuff. But I want to tell you guys in this video just the whole experience of my intake that I can remember, and my experience throughout my 2 months that I was there. Actually, 2.5, 3 months that I was there. Anyway, I was standing in line to get, hopefully I would be, you know, accepted in the first day. And then there were some people, I was like, all right, I'm number 10, I should be okay. None of the staff was out there yet. And all of a sudden there's some people coming out of the woodworks here, out of the bushes, saying, oh, I was in line. I'm like, where were you? Where were you in line? Oh, I was sleeping over there in the bushes, but I've been here since midnight. I was like, no, you gotta stand physically in line. Oh no, I've been here. And so there was a couple people that did that. Then there was another person that did that. I was like, oh, what the heck is going on here? This is gonna be, I can see it's gonna be a mad scramble to get in there. So the staff members came out about, I don't know, 6, 7, somewhere around there. And they gave everybody the intake, some questionnaires, and those guys pushed themselves up the line. I was like, okay, whatever. Go and do it. And he even gave me one. He goes, yeah, you probably won't get in, but you, just in case, fill this out. You still might get in. I mean, you're like number 11 or 12 now, since all these other people cut in line. Still filled out this questionnaire. And it was basic, health questionnaires. And I can't remember all the questions, folks. Are you, I can't remember just basic, the name, your address, maybe an emergency contact, things of that nature. Maybe medicines that you're on. Anyway, 5 or 10 minutes came by. They were intaking some people. They were looking through their items. They were taking some of the. It was like a detailed TSA line. So as you're going through the airport, they were confiscating all kinds of different, razors and gels and liquids that I remember. Clothes as well. They only let you have one clothes, and once you got in there, you had to change clothes. They had to put all these clothes in like what they call a hot box. So I guess they want to make sure that their clothes are not filled with bugs and disease and whatnot hanging on the clothes. So they confiscated that. They had these totes for everybody. Anyway, it's getting down there. I was like, I probably won't be in today. I'll have to come back tomorrow. So I'll have to sleep out here with the snakes and the scorpions. And actually, I've never seen it. All the time I've been here in Arizona, I've never seen any snakes or scorpions yet. Let's see. Bunch of ants and some javelinas, which look, if you don't know what javelinas are, they look like pigs. Kind of like a pig. Yeah. Like a boar mix. Anyway, so I'll be sleeping out there with the javelinas. But he came back and he goes, hey, you're accepted. One of the staff members, because a couple people didn't pass. I guess, they, for whatever reason, they weren't accepted to go in there. So I went through the process, all the paperwork stuff. There was even a guy that called me in there to the desk. He was calling each one of us. And, hey, he was asking me some psychological questions and doing some kind of psych eval, make sure I was stable. I mean, he just asked me a few questions. Do you feel like hurting yourself? Do you feel like hurting anybody else? Any medications you're on? And, how are you feeling depressed? Or what's your mood? All these things. Well, I said, well, I'm not going to. I'm okay. I feel pretty healthy stuff still, but I don't feel like hurting myself or anybody else. I just, I need a place I need a shelter for a bit. Just to get get back on my feet, a shelter, and some time to look for a job. He called other people out. That was it. There was only like maybe 5 or 6 questions. And finally got intaked, that I remember. We got a little tour through the whole complex. This place used to be a Holiday Inn, the Holidome, I think that's what they call it, the Holiday Inn. Anyway, I guess it was unsuccessful, maybe the location or whatever not. So, and it's a fairly new building. But they got, and you guys will see, stay to part 2, or if you don't want to hear me rambling, go to part 2, and that's where all the pictures of all the different places are around that I took. I took some place of the dorms, the kitchen. There's a warehouse in the back because there's a donation center, and they get a lot of donations, folks. So good. That's how this place survives, is on donations and sponsors. And somebody was telling me, I don't know if it's true, they get government funding as well, but I don't know about all that. And then tax exempt place. Anyway, I'm not sure how they're surviving. I like to know how that stuff kind of works. Is this based on our, is this government funded with our tax money, or is it just all on sponsors, or a combination of both? I'm not sure. Maybe some of you educated people can tell me that. I'm kind of curious. But I know they do have. It was pretty regularly there. They had guests that they'd have walkthroughs. So I'm guessing those are, corporations, or there was even a politician that I know of a walkthrough, and they're giving them a tour, and then, I guess if it was a politician, and they're probably going to grant them some money after the tour, who knows? And then there's other corporations that walk through, and then a bunch of donations. There was even a guy that donated not one. No, it was a guy that he donated a Jeep. He goes, I'm tired of America. And I wasn't working the donations at the time. My buddy was there. See, you can meet buddies while you're in here too. And he goes, yeah, this guy donated the Jeep. He goes, I wanted it, but he donated it to the shelter. So I don't know what they do with it. Maybe they kept it and they gave it to somebody, staff member, or they sold it. And the money they just put right back into the bill. I don't know what they did with it, but then there was another person that donated another vehicle. I can't remember what kind of vehicle that one was. But both of them were runners. They're nice vehicles. Anyway, the Jeep guy, he said, I'm done with America. I sold my Jeep and my house and everything, and I'm going to go backpack Europe. So, all right, so go have fun, buddy. Thanks for the donation here. All right, so wait, we're still intaking here, folks. Let me stay focused. I haven't had my coffee. Not all of it yet. Let me take another sip here. So walking through the place, and again, I'll show you, in part 2, I show you guys inside the place. It kind of reminded me a lot like basic training. You had some bunk beds, and there were some non-bunk beds too. And one side of the dorm, there was bugs, guys, on my bugs. Maybe dropping down from me. One side of the dorms was bigger than the other side. I think there was like 90 bunks on one side and then like 60 on the other, so like 150, right? That's 150 max. And then there's the women stay in another building out in the back. You gotta put those women out in the back, right? And from what I've heard, I guess rumors is I guess they're gonna get some more property and they're gonna build a whole nother women's shelter. Maybe that will be a better, that they separate the men and women. I don't know, less distractions. But right now, yeah, there's women in there. There's, you got the families is in there as well. There's kids as well running around, screaming. Not all of them. Got babies, newborn. There's even a newborn in there. Yeah, and there's all kinds of stuff you guys could probably... I said that you need to have a live cam in here. I bet you'll get lots of views because there's all kinds of... You guys can use your imagination. All kinds of drama going on in there, folks. But here I go. I'm off focus. I was trying to do a intake and little by little of my day. Try to have a nice streamlined video here for you guys, but I just go on these little tangents. I'm talking about the Gospel Rescue Mission. I didn't see many fights, a lot of just verbal fights. I didn't see anybody punch or hands-on. Only one time there was a hands-on that I'd seen. I heard about a couple others, but mostly it was just verbal arguments, and there wasn't that many. I say not that many. And like I said, again, in my experience, maybe just a couple a week. Maybe not even that. One a week. And someone really got into it. Hey, F you, F that. That's, get off my, don't touch my stuff or whatever, guys. Don't take my food. Don't jump in line. Something usually silly, right? But yeah, there's families in there and whatnot, and garbage. You guys can figure that out. What is that? What's that sound? Garbage man is here. But after tour, we got our beds assigned. I might just talk after this guy's done. Garbage fucking can. After we got the tour done of the place, the complex there, we got our beds and gave us a shower. Well, I didn't get. We showered our own self, folks. When someone didn't soap us up, and they have these nice showers. They had hot water. That's what's good. Even though I've been used to cold showers there when I was in the Philippines, kind of revives you. It feels good. I got used to nice cold showers. Anyway, they had hot water if you wanted. The showers were great. All had shower curtains. There was probably about a dozen of them. Again, on part 2, I got a video of all the showers. And, I took a pretty detailed video. Walked around. And we just got to chill that day, rest of the day. And then I think the next day we got to go, it was like an intake, some kind of meeting, a welcome, an introduction meeting, right? Welcome to the Gospel Rescue Mission. Welcome to the mission. And went about all the rules, what they're expecting from us. And then there was these programs. So there's a workforce program. Basically, it's designed for people that are not working. Hello. And they're there for shelter. So they're sheltering you at the time, and they're going to help you. You go to these classes. You go to one class. It was a couple hours a day, and they help you with workforce program. And usually that's about, like I said, 2.5, 3 months. And then they have a recovery program. Those people have been addicted to, probably 95% of people that are in there are usually addicted to some kind of drugs or alcohol. Okay, I had this one kid that he said, I'm addicted to food. So he was in there to try to lose weight, and he has a food addiction. But most people, like I said, go in there, 99% either drugs, alcohol. You can't go in there and do alcohol. You got to go to detox. Go get detox first. It takes a couple days. And then come in here to the center, and they'll give you a pathway, a program to help you out. Follow the program to the T, because that they say that people that go through this whole program have stayed off, haven't gone back to addiction, and got their life how they want their life, under their control, instead of drugs and alcohol controlling their life. So that's the 2 programs that I remember. It was just the workforce, and that's the one I went into, and the recovery one. So someone that went through I asked a few questions from people that went to the recovery program, and I tried to get some knowledge on how that program worked, and maybe people that have done that, they can write in the comments to have more clear understanding. But from what really quick, it's a year, and they can't work for this whole year, from what I know. A year to go into several meetings and classes and group classes, just to help each other out, to get that to get off this addiction, this life, this cycle that they're in. And this place is Gospel Rescue Mission, so it is a lot of it's faith-based. They don't twist your arm. If from my experience, I don't know about the recovery, but they didn't force me to have a relationship with Jesus Christ, even though I am a believer. But if you want to have a relationship with Jesus Christ, be well knowledgeable on the Bible, that is something that you will definitely benefit at this place. And you can be well knowledge on the Bible if that's what you want, and that will what's going to help you out, right? You're here because you're getting help, and that's the big thing, and remember, you don't ask for help in life because you're weak. It's because you want to remain strong. And I'm glad you chose a way to get help, whatever it may be, even if it's this shelter, faith-based, some counseling. Go get some type of help, and so you can live and find your greatness in life, and find whatever you want to do. Because from friends and people that I've talked to on drugs, that drugs are controlling your life, and you're not living, man. You're just alive. So I want you to live. And potential is endless for what you want to accomplish in life. Just drugs aren't the avenue to go. So there's the two programs, like I said, the workforce and the recovery program. I was in my bed, I had a bunk bed, I was in the bottom bunk, and the time that I was there, 2.5 months, I must have had about 5 or 6 different bunk mates above me, so I put a curse on it or something. But man, I had some ones that just were deep sleep. Most of the guys that were sleeping above me they just seemed like they moved so much. The whole bed shook, and some nights it was hard to get some sleep. I did the best I could. There are people I didn't catch them, but there were people that somehow snuck drugs on there, and they're gonna catch you. A lot of people you get kicked right out. Every time you leave, if you get a pass to leave the Gospel Rescue Mission, and you come back, they breathalyze you. They check all your stuff, so it's like you're going through TSA. Take everything out of your bags. You got to take your pockets out, lift your pant legs up, turn around, do the dance, look in all your bags, make sure you don't have any illegal items coming in, and then they breathalyze you. And there's been people that say, I'll get in, and they fail it, and they get instant, you're out. They grab all your stuff and kick you out. What else should I talk about here? So much. You get fed 3 times a day, folks. Let's see, 6:30 to it's an hour and a half. 6:30 to 8 is breakfast. Okay, then you have 11:30 to 1, and then dinner's only the hour one. 4:30 to 5:30 is dinner. And then once I had a job, I came in late, of course. I got off work at like 6. The time I got back with taking all the buses around here in Tucson, which is, right now, they're free. But when they weren't free, I guess the Gospel Rescue Mission helps you get a pass. And I got back there and dinner's over, but they save a late plate for you. You just got to talk to your advocate. An advocate is assigned to everybody. Whatever class you're in, that's your instructor, your mentor, you're an advocate. You got to talk to them. They'll usually give you their email, and you can say, hey, I need or you can talk to them while you're in class. But if you need a pass, you have an addendum, you have some kind of appointments you need to go to, they'll work with you and get you a pass to go out and get your stuff done. Hey, and that brings me to another thing. Medical, dental, they'll help you get all this stuff, folks. Okay, and can't stress this enough, use the resources they got there, okay? A lot of these resources, these social programs, are paid by your tax money. Use them, folks, okay? Use them to get yourself back on your feet so you can become self-sufficient, right? You can become independent, so you don't have to rely on the government, right? So you don't have to rely on someone else telling you what to do, when to do, how to do it, why to do it, right? You want to live your life. So use this shelter, use all the tools, the resources. Like I said, there's people that come in there and teach you how to get, in the workforce program, they teach you how to write a resume, folks. Okay, they'll sit down there and help you write a resume out. There's a person that comes in there and help you and teach you about how to restore and fix your credit. So money management, resume building, how to go out, buy an interview, how to do interviews. They'll give you a mock interview. They'll work with you, man. Use the resources so you be a success. Go out and become successful. It's just like anything. How much you put into something, how much effort you put into it is going to be how much you're going to get out of it. they'll have all these flyers in the workforce program. When you go in, I think the class was like 8 to 10 every day, and they'll give you flyers like who's hiring. They'll tell you to get on these. There's computers there, folks. Okay, that you can go on there and look for jobs. I used Indeed.com, but there's all kinds of job boards online, right? They'll even have flyers of places that are hiring, job fairs that are coming up. And if you don't have transportation, you can ride the bus, or they even offered a bus. So everybody went to job fair. A lot of people went to job fair. They had a bus there, the Gospel Rescue Mission, and they'll bus you, or this little shuttle van from the Gospel Rescue Mission to the job fair. Okay, there's no rhyme, there's no excuses, folks. If you don't have any clothes, the Gospel Rescue Mission folks are going to supply you with underwear, socks, shirts, pants, nice dress-up interview clothes, if that's what you want. Then all your items to wash up. They provide you with soap, deodorant, so there shouldn't be anybody stinky in there, even though it seemed like half the time that our men's dorms smell like stinky feet. There's plenty of toothbrush and toothpaste and lots of floss. You just go ask there's a guest services there. That's between the dorms, and there's laundry there. You just go in there and ask them to sign up, and they just got new washing machines, actually. They were down to 2, and I think now they got like 6 washing machines and like 4 or 5 dryers. Anyway, you sign up for laundry. There's a notepad or a binder that they sign you up in. The next available is, hey, if it's next day might be available. I think the longest I had to wait was like a week. That's when all the washers, they were broken though. But the last 2 times it's just been like 1 or 2 day wait. Yeah, this time slot's available. Get all your clothes. They'll give you some soap, these little pods, and there you go. 30 minutes wash, 30 minutes dry. Medications is another big thing. 6:30 in the mornings, there's medications, and at 8:30 at night, there's medications give out. So a lot of people that are on insulin or medications, you have to check them in, do the intake, of course, and then you have to go and talk to your advocate or one of the staff members, and then you get a routine every day or every twice a day. Whenever you have to take your meds, you'll get that taken care of. I never took meds, so I don't have the right process down, but there's medications. All I know is it sucks is my bed was like in the dorm where the med line was. They line up in the morning. That one didn't bother me because I was up early and out of bed before the med line. But at night, 8:30, somebody'd be laying in my bed, just maybe on my phone or something, and the med line would wrap around around my bed, and it'd be, the staff members would say, shh, quiet, because there's some people sleeping, they got to work early in the morning, whatever people's schedule, and they'd be quiet for a while, and they just start talking loud again. 5:30 in the morning, this was the men's dorm anyway, I'm not sure about how the women's are or anything. 5:30 in the morning, lights go on, folks. At night, the lights went out from anywhere from like 8:15, I think maybe was the earliest I seen it, even 8 o'clock maybe, and up to like, I seen it just after 10 o'clock at night, the lights go out. So between 8 to 10, they usually turn them out. And I think I took pictures on part 2. I'll show you the beds. There's a little place to put your shoes, and a little cabinet, I guess, a little metal locker, there you go, there's the right word, locker to put your clothes in, and your whatever, your cleaning supplies, your toothbrush and toothpaste, your cosmetic supplies. And the dorms are only open, that's the thing, yeah, they close at 8 a.m. So you got to be out of there by 8. Unless you're sick, you can get talk to your advocate, and they'll get a little sign and put on your bed that you're sick, and you can stay in your bed until you get well for, I think, up to 1 or 2 days. And then if you're sick longer than that, they'll send you to the hospital. And then they open them up. So 8 a.m. they close, you got to be out. And then at 4 p.m. they open them back up. You can go back in there. And then you can take a shower from, I said 4 p.m. all the way until 8 a.m. if you want. And then there's community service. You have to do community service. And they've been checking on that pretty regularly. There was, for a while there, I think people were kind of getting away. They were slacked. I think a lot of staff members, there was like a mass exodus, and they were short-handed. So I don't think they were checking people's community service, because we were required to do 14 hours a week. So what is that? 2 hours a day? 2 times 7, 14. There you go. See, I can do math, even on video. And it might be going out and handling donations, sweeping up, emptying the trashes. You guys get it. Helping out in the kitchen. I had pots and pans a lot, washing dishes, mopping. But they do have also, they've hired contractors. There's someone that really details the toilets and the showers and some of the other areas as well. I noticed some staff members that come in. Get your community service in, because if you need an extension, or they'll look at that and like, yes, you've been working, you've been doing all your community service, you've been taking your classes, and so we'll allow you to stay another week if you need to, or they'll kick you out if you're not doing your community service. Say, hey, you're not paying your dues. They're giving you shelter here. They're giving you food. They're giving you clothes. All these resources that you need to be successful out in the real world, folks. And use them. Use the resources. I even had my taxes done here. I was here during tax season, and that was awesome. Free. Well, nothing's free, right? I'm sure they got paid somehow through my donate. It might have been free donation. I'll say if it's some of it's tax funded, or the government gives them money. Some of our tax money's funded them. Use the resources, folks. Okay. Like I said, they'll help you with interviews, jobs, what jobs are opening. Get a job, get that money so you can have your money, right? Spend on what you want to get out of there. So that's the whole idea. Get out of there. I'm grateful for everything they've done. What else? So no drugs, no alcohol. So I haven't had a drop of liquor since I left the Philippines 2.5 months ago. The end of March. And here it is. What is today? The end of June. March, April, May, June. Yes, so I was there 3 months, folks. I was supposed to leave a couple weeks ago, and I asked her for an extension, and she granted me, my advocate granted me 2 weeks. So yeah, you've been doing good. Once I had my job, I was supposed to email her, tell her, I'm doing okay at my job, and whatnot. Oh, also you get a lanyard, and we have a little ID. Yeah, it's like, here it is. See? No, I don't have it anymore. A little ID with your number on it. I would think I was 17,084. That was my number. And your mug shot on there, and you have a lanyard. And I think when I came in, I was, I'm gonna get this all wrong, but there's different color lanyards. I think I was green and then black, and then for different phases that you're in. The intake people get one, the new people. Then once you're in the workforce, you get a color. And then once you get your job, then you go into the housing. And then you'll have another advocate, so another person in charge of doing the housing, and they'll give you all kinds of resources and apartments. So they'll give you what apps to download if you have a phone. And speaking of that, that's another thing they'll help you get. They'll help you get a phone, they'll give you resources and tell you where to go get a cheap phone that's reliable. And then you can just talk to everybody in there too. What do you have? Right now I have Metro, Boost, Cricket's one. They were giving out government phones across the street in the tent. You had to sign up. I don't know if they're still doing that or whatnot. But the service was real unreliable. But it was something. Unfortunately, they do have computers in there, but you can only use them while you're in class. They close up the computer room. I guess somebody ruined it and was looking at porn or some kind of. They ruined it for everybody else. I hate that. So one bad apple's got to ruin it for everybody else. I hate that. Just kick that bad apple out. Why do people like us? And you can do that throughout life, right? A lot of people that are following the rules are getting penalized because of some people that aren't following the rules. Okay, where was I? Yeah, the housing. You get different color lanyards, and I think housing was like maroon. Like I said, you'll get passes. I think when you're in the recovery, you don't get as many. You start getting some after a few months. I guess you start building that trust up there with your advocate and whatnot, and then they'll start giving you a little bit more liberty, more freedom. What else, folks? It's nice. There's security guys walking around. He has a nice looking dog and guard dogs for you. It's all fenced in. There are people that have cars there. And like I said, there's a security guy walking around, and I don't think I've heard of any cars getting vandalized. So again, dental, medical, they'll help you sign up for that stuff. If you don't have it. Jobs, resume building. Man, folks, I've covered quite a bit. As soon as I stop recording here, it's like, oh, I forgot to share them with this. You'll meet all kinds of people. It reminded me of the military, because you'll meet people from all types of backgrounds. I knew somebody that was doing drugs his whole life, 30 years, and he's been in the pen for 10 years. He used to work in the oil fields, and then he decided to turn his life around. He's in here, and he's like, I'm 50 years old now. He says, I finally waken up and I have my path. I want to be off drugs. Why does that get me? Why does that get me? Crying again. All right. I don't cry when people are whining about stuff. Whining about, my life's not, this isn't working out for me, or just whining about daily life. These stupid idiot drivers, or this, I got to eat this kind of food, or I don't make enough money, or somebody just, you got these whiners, right? We all have a whiner lot. I don't have, what's the right word? No pity for them. It's like, go and find a solution. Go fix it then. But I do have a soft spot, and I have, the older I get tears when people discover that they're better than that. That they discover that they got the strength and power within them. That they're not whining anymore. They're finding solutions in life. You're gonna go do it yourself. You're gonna make a change. You're gonna I'm gonna stop whining. My lack of vocabulary here, folks. Stop whining and complaining and being sad, and have some kind of fix action. Found a solution. People that discover that they have the tools and the power within them to change and to find their greatness, to make things happen that they want. That's what I'm like. That's good. That's what gets me fucking tearing up. When people discover that, that's what the power is within themselves, right? God helps those that help themselves. So stop whining, complaining. Sometimes I catch myself and like, oh. And if you guys catch me whining on there, the only thing I whine about is whiners, right? But sometimes I catch myself whining. It's usually I don't have patience with someone else. That's what, somebody in the drive-through line. Or somebody, I drive a lot, so some idiot on the driver who's not paying attention. It's a green light and you're sitting there on your phone. I'm whining about those people. But I guess mostly it's like people that whine about, oh, I'm not, nothing's going my way, or I'm just cursed, it's just bad luck all the time. Why does everything happen bad about me? Well, go do something different. Keep going. You're going to fail. And finally, you're going to find which way you need to be going. You got to fail in life to figure out what direction you need to be going sometimes. And the people that realize that, if you sit here and just whine, nothing's getting accomplished. It's within you, folks. Go do it. Go make that change. And the power is within you, that you can do it. If you want some goal, whatever it be, whatever your goal you want to achieve, don't whine like, man, I wish I was there already. Why does this person look better than me, or he's stronger than me? I've been going to the gym for this long. Find another way. Ask for help if you need. Ask for someone that you think is successful, or someone that's been successful at whatever you want to accomplish, and ask what's worked for them. And you try that. It might not work for you. That's okay. At least you tried something different. Keep tweaking it. Anything, whatever you want to accomplish in life, folks, that's what I want you to go, and you can make it happen. Don't have this mindset, oh, no one else has done it. Oh, I can't do it. Or, no, you can do it. Put your mind to it. Your mind is strong. You can do it. No excuses. Oh, I'm not pretty enough. I'm not strong enough. I'm not rich enough. The list can go on and on, folks. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, if you smoke, you'll be popular in the Gospel Rescue Mission. Well, if you're willing to share cigarettes, I don't smoke, but they got a smoker's pit outside there. They got a little kids playground, so if you have kids, that'll keep them occupied for a while. I liked the playground when I was a kid. I still like them, but haven't been on a swing set in a while. What else? Recovery. Oh, the recovery people, they stay in the dorms for a while. I'm not sure how long, and then there's like a review they got to go through, and then they can move to the casitas. And the casitas, there's a lot better. I mean, you only have 3 other roommates, so it's 4 people to a room. They got to share one bathroom. Kind of reminds you of the military. And so they'll move you up there. So you gradually, getting you step by step back out here to the real world, adjusted. Get off the drugs, right? Get off the drugs, the alcohol. If you have a problem with it, I drink. I don't see a problem with drinking. But if it's a problem, if it's I need it to function, then there's an issue. I like to have a nice cool beer and watch the game, some sports. I like sports with the buddies, and a couple of drinks, but I'm not drinking to get drunk every freaking night. I did that when those years was when I was in the military. There's a couple of years when I was stationed in Korea, but I actually didn't drink. I waited for on my days off. I actually had the weekends off, most of my time in the military, unless we went through some exercise. Friday, Saturday night, yeah, I'd get pretty plastered, staggering home and holding on to each other, our buddies, and walking back to our dorm room if we made it. Sometimes if we woke up in the middle of the field somewhere. That's another story. I know, get to the gospel rescue mission, folks. And here I am trying to tell you about addiction problem. I'm telling you some stories about good drinking stories. I want you basically to go get, to be able to have a life, folks. Not just to be alive, but I want you to live. And I've seen and I've heard too many stories. I used to do medical transportation for a living, and I'm getting old, so I've heard lots of stories, folks, of just people that have everything. They've had it all. Nice cars, houses, nice wife, kids, and they lost everything because of drugs. It'll take over your life. There's nobody immune to it. You be the richest person in the world, and you be affected. Don't care who you are. And here you could build a support system. You could build some friends. Yeah, there's some drama in here too. That's why I was saying they need to put a live cam on here. Would probably be a lot of viewers. There's some drama, and I've heard of some love triangles going on in here too. I mean, they're pretty strict on the PDA, the public display of affection. There's even a married couple. They're sitting too close to each other, I guess, holding the hands. And the security guy said that, and he said something to him. I thought it was ridiculous. He's like, you guys are sitting too close to each other. You're not supposed to do that in here. So they're a stickler for that. I think there needs to be more love going around. Husband and wife, have a kiss. I don't see an issue with it. What else, folks? Again, check it out. You know, check out wherever if you're not here in Tucson, I'm sure there's some kind of shelter. And if, you get off the street, folks. A lot of people that are on the streets, I asked somebody, he goes, oh, I can't go to that shelter. I'll get in fights. A lot of people can't handle others. There's actually a walk-up window there at the Gospel Rescue Mission too. So breakfast, lunch, dinner, if you need, go up there and see if they have any plates available. I forget what times they put them out, but you can get plates. Yeah, if you can't deal with people, I mean, just put your head down, but don't let someone else stop you from getting help. I mean, I like my alone time as well. I like socialize and make some friends. Because I believe it just, and you have that support around you, someone that's going to be your friend but challenge you, and someone that is going to hold you responsible and keep you focused on your goals. That's the kind of friends and support people you want around you. But sometimes I like just to chill out and listen to some music, and hey man, I don't want to be bothered right now. Just tell your buddy that, and they should respect you and leave you alone for a bit. Now, if it's for a long time, say, hey, are you okay? Everything all right? Yeah, everything's all right. Leave me alone. What else, folks? And I think I show in part 2 here. There's all kinds of not movies. What am I saying? There's a movie. There's a movie night, but they never showed movies. That was my one complaint there. But there's a chapel there as well. Like I said, if you want a relationship with Jesus, or if you never had one, you want to experience it, Gospel Rescue Mission, you'll definitely have that opportunity. And meet some friends there if you choose. There was a bug. There's an ant that crawled up my fucking pants. What the heck? Yeah, I'm doing the, that thing hurt, man. What the hell crawled up my... It is one of those big ants. Dang. You guys didn't see me do my... And that hurt. I'm a wuss. Right on my knee, like my kneecap, right below the kneecap. Frickin' took a chunk out of it or what? There he's still alive. Crawled up my leg. Anyway, I was doing the ants in my pants. Made me do the boogie dance. What else? A lot of people, I don't know if it's just human nature, but people complaining about the food, and I found myself said, yep. There's a couple times, unfortunately, where yeah, he left a little mark on there. Unfortunately, where there was like ham and cheese sandwiches like 3 days in a row, it seemed like, or soup, and they were doing construction on our kitchen. We didn't have nothing hot for a few weeks, actually. The same thing. I even had check your bread. I had some moldy bread one time. I'm kind of one of those guys. I smell everything. It's like, I have a good nose, big nose, and I actually need to cut my nose hair. It's embarrassing, but whatever. It is what it is. Complain about food. They have volunteers once in a while that come in there. That work in there and help pass out food, but that's also a community service. You go out there and you work in the kitchen, serving food if you want. Yeah, there was a couple times though. They were just some donuts that were like rock hard, and you know, I don't blame people. You know, if you're going to give us some food, you make sure it's semi-edible, folks. Not hard as a rug. A lot of people in there, you know, in the homeless shelter, I'm going to be honest, they don't have the best teeth, folks. They don't have the best teeth. I don't have the best teeth either. I got getting real sensitive. Receding gums, brushed too hard, I guess, when I was younger. But yeah, they can only eat certain foods just because their teeth won't allow them to have some hard foods. But again, you know, if you asked every one of us one by one, we're all grateful that we have some food. You know, we got to remember to put things in perspective. We could be out in the street here, you know, begging for food. I've never done the panhandling thing, but there's no reason I don't know if there's food. There's got to be some food banks around here. I've used a food bank once. I think when I was up in Washington State. I've donated a lot to the food banks. I used to donate, especially I know I donated quite a bit during the COVID time. I went to the dollar store and I bought a bunch of vegetables and macaroni and cheese and whatever they had. I had like a couple boxes full. I've donated a few times and I've actually had to use them. What else? They provide you with everything, folks, that you need to survive, and the tools. Look on their websites. Look wherever you're at. If you're not here in the Tucson area, Gospel Rescue, Michigan, I'm sure there's shelters all over the place. Go look at them. If you have a computer, look online, do some research on them, talk who's used them. But if you're out in the street and you need some shelter and you're struggling, and you don't have fresh socks on and you're stinky and you need food and you need some shelter, get your butt to the shelter. Don't have too big of an ego. Get your life back on track, folks, so you're in control and do what you want instead of relying on other people. I don't want you to be relying on other people. I want you to go live, folks. Okay, go find your greatness. And I think I'm gonna wind up, man. What is this, 54 minutes going on? Hope you like my video here. Just one, the main thing, man, I already lost my voice. Main thing is go and get some help. It's not because you're a weak person. It's because you want to remain strong in life and get back on your feet. And potential's endless. Discover that. What makes your heart beat? What passion do you have in life? Go get it. Go get it, folks. I know a lot of people turn to drugs. There's so much pain that they have. They want to numb out. Go get some help, folks. Get off the illegal drugs. And go look at find a shelter near you. Share some of your stories, maybe too, in the comments. Maybe some experiences that you've had in a shelter. Maybe that they've helped you out. Maybe there was a shelter that wasn't so good. All right, so thanks for watching. I'm gonna go get another coffee. Go wake up. And we'll see you guys later. Remember, keep moving forward. See, I told you, as soon as I turned off the video camera, I was gonna remember something. Hey, this is what I wanna say. Stay tuned for part 2. In the part 2, you won't get me rambling on, talking. You'll have just the pictures and the video will be going through the rescue mission. All right? So enjoy. Stay tuned for part 2.